It's 1957. It plays in 50 languages all over the world, so it's not only just in this country. So it's a legacy that is easy to live with, but it's hard to understand.
The wonderful world of Leave It To Beaver was not immune to the occasional blooper or unintentional mistake. While the show portrayed a picture-perfect family life, these behind-the-scenes gaffes added a touch of realism and charm. One particular scene stands out, a moment that slipped through the editing process and made it to the aired episode. Take a closer look, and you'll discover a blooper that has delighted eagle-eyed fans for generations. Was this intentional or just honest mistakes? How did such an obvious error make it past editors and into the final aired episode? Join us as we dissect this blooper. This scene wasn't edited. Look closer at this Leave It To Beaver blooper. Behind-the-scenes information and trivia about the classic TV show Leave It To Beaver. The timeless appeal of Leave It To Beaver can be attributed, in part, to the fascinating behind-the-scenes stories that have appeared over the years. While the show portrayed an idyllic suburban family life, the reality of its production was far from perfect, adding layers of conspiracy and depth to the beloved series. One of the most fascinating aspects was the show's struggle for survival during its early days. Despite its enduring legacy, Leave It To Beaver faced cancellation after its first season due to low ratings. It was a surprising setback for a show that would eventually become a cultural phenomenon. However, fate intervened when ABC Network stepped in and granted the series a second chance after recognizing its potential. The network's decision to move Leave It To Beaver to a more family-friendly time slot on Thursday nights was confirmed to be a game-changer. Suddenly, the show's ratings skyrocketed, and by its third season, it had secured a spot among the top 25 most-watched programs on television. By the time the series bid farewell in 1963, it had climbed to an impressive 16th place in the ratings, a remarkable turnaround from its initial struggles. Another captivating aspect of Leave It To Beaver was the decision to break television taboos at the time. In a daredevil move, the show's producers included a scene featuring a toilet tank in the second episode, Captain Jack. While this may seem harmless by today's standards, it was considered highly inappropriate and even scandalous in the late 1950s. The scene, where Wally and Beaver attempt to hide a pet alligator in the toilet tank, sparked controversy and heated discussions among network executives. Ultimately, a compromise was reached, allowing the scene to air with the condition that only the tank, and not the toilet bowl itself, would be shown. This groundbreaking moment paved the way for more realistic and daring depictions of everyday life on television, a testament to the show's willingness to push boundaries. The show's casting process also yielded fascinating stories. For example, when Jerry Mathers auditioned for the role of the mischievous Beaver Cleaver, he simply showed up in his Cub Scout uniform, ready to get the audition over with so he could attend his scout meeting. His natural charm and honesty won over the producers, who immediately recognized him as the perfect embodiment of the character. Similarly, Hugh Beaumont, who played the wise and patient father Ward Cleaver, brought a unique depth to his role. Prior to his acting career, Beaumont had served as a minister, imbuing his portrayal with a sense of authenticity and moral integrity that resonated with viewers. Behind the scenes, however, Beaumont's personal life was marked by tragedy. During the show's early years, his mother-in-law was killed in a car accident while the family was relocating to Los Angeles for filming. Despite this devastating loss, Beaumont maintained a professional demeanor on set, though he harbored resentment and bitterness towards the show for the circumstances surrounding the tragedy. These behind-the-scenes glimpses into the lives of the cast and crew humanized the show, reminding us that even in the midst of creating a beloved cultural touchstone, the individuals involved faced their own personal challenges and triumphs. Moreover, the show's impact extended beyond its initial run. After its cancellation in 1963, Leave It To Beaver found a new life through reruns, introducing it to generations of new viewers. The cast members' post-show experiences further enriched the show's legacy, with Jerry Mathers attempting to join the Marines but being turned down due to his fame and eventually serving in the Air Force National Guard, while Tony Dow, who played Wally Cleaver, transitioned into a successful career as a television director. These captivating stories, intertwined with the show's on-screen magic, have cemented Leave It To Beaver as a cultural phenomenon that continues to resonate with audiences of all ages. The behind-the-scenes trivia not only adds depth to the viewing experience, but also serves as proof of the resilience, ingenuity, and dedication of those who brought this beloved sitcom to life. While the show strived for perfection, one hilarious mistake slipped through the cracks and made it into the aired episode. But what was this infamous blooper that delighted eagle-eyed fans? Stay tuned. Gaffes, bloopers, and mistakes that made it into the aired episodes. While Leave It To Beaver portrayed an idealized version of suburban family life, the show was not immune to the occasional gaffe, blooper, or mistake that slipped through the cracks and made it onto the aired episodes. These unintentional moments not only added an element of realism, but also delighted fans who took great joy in spotting them. One of the most notorious bloopers occurred in the 1963 episode, The Poor Loser. In a climactic scene, June Cleaver is shown glancing at a calendar, but eagle-eyed viewers quickly noticed something amiss. The calendar displayed the wrong year, showing the days of 1961 instead of 1963, the year in which the episode was set. This oversight by the prop department was a glaring mistake that likely went unnoticed during filming, but caught the attention of sharp-eyed fans. Another instance of a blooper involved the age discrepancy between the Cleaver brothers. At the start of the show's run, Wally Cleaver was said to be 12 years old, while Beaver was almost 8, establishing a 4-year age gap between the siblings. However, as the seasons progressed, a curious phenomenon occurred. By the final season, Wally had aged 5 years, while Beaver had only aged normally, reaching 14 years old. This inconsistency in the character's aging pattern left viewers scratching their heads, wondering if the Cleaver family had somehow mastered the art of fuzzy math. Even the show's intellectual characters were not immune to blunders. In one memorable scene, Wally's friend Eddie confidently proclaimed that the classic novel 2 Years Before the Mast was written by Charles Dana. However, literature enthusiasts were quick to point out that the actual author was Richard Henry Dana Jr., exposing Eddie's supposed literary knowledge as somewhat lacking. While these gaffes and mistakes may have been unintentional, they added a touch of authenticity to the show's otherwise picture-perfect portrayal of family life. Fans reveled in the opportunity to spot these errors, turning it into a beloved pastime and further solidifying their connection to the series. Interestingly, the lack of preserved bloopers and outtakes from Leave It To Beaver only added to the charm of these on-screen mistakes. During the show's initial production, unused film was frequently recycled to save money, resulting in the loss of many hilarious behind-the-scenes moments. This scarcity of blooper reels only heightened the value of the few mistakes that managed to make it into the aired episodes, making them all the more special and cherished by devoted fans. The show's producers even embraced this fascination with bloopers, intentionally leaving certain mistakes in the final cut. According to actor Tony Dow, who played Wally Cleaver, the producers had a unique philosophy when it came to humor on the show. If a particular joke or gag provoked too strong of a reaction from the live studio audience, they would deem it too over the top for the show's gentle, family-friendly tone and remove it from the final cut. This approach ensured that the show maintained its trademark warmth and simplicity, avoiding over-the-top slapstick comedy in favor of more subtle, relatable humor. As a result, the bloopers and mistakes that remained were not only delightful surprises for fans, but also an integral part of the show's carefully crafted aesthetic. While Leave It To Beaver may have presented an idealized vision of family life, the inclusion of these unintentional gaffes and bloopers served as a reminder that even the most polished productions can have moments of imperfection. It was these very imperfections that endeared the show to its viewers, adding a layer of authenticity and relatability that complemented the show's heartwarming storytelling. No matter the mistake, whether it was a mismatched calendar or an inconsistency in aging, or a literary gaffe, these mistakes became cherished Easter eggs for fans to discover and appreciate. They not only provided moments of levity, but also reinforced the show's enduring appeal as a relatable and endearingly human portrayal of family life. The indomitable cast members of the Leave It To Beaver sitcom. At the heart of Leave It To Beaver was its talented and charming cast, who breathed life into the Cleaver family and their adventures. Each actor brought a unique charm and depth to their respective roles, leaving an indelible mark on television history. Barbara Billingsley, who portrayed the quintessential 1950s mom, June Cleaver, was more than just an actress playing a part. She was a real-life mother of 2 sons, and her maternal instincts shone through in her performance. Billingsley's portrayal of June was a delicate balance of warmth, wisdom, and gentle humor, resonating with audiences across generations. Behind the scenes, Billingsley took her role as a maternal figure seriously. She often offered advice and feedback to the show's writers, ensuring that June's reactions and parenting choices felt authentic and relatable. Her input helped shape the show's realistic depiction of family dynamics, contributing to its durable appeal. In addition to her acting prowess, Billingsley employed a clever trick to maintain her on-screen stature as the Cleaver family matriarch. As her co-stars Jerry Mathers and Tony Dow grew taller throughout the show's run, she began wearing higher heels and occasionally standing on platforms or hiding behind furniture to appear taller. This dedication to preserving the illusion of her character's authority added a touch of realism to the family dynamic. Hugh Beaumont, who brought the wise and patient father, Ward Cleaver, to life, had a unique background that informed his portrayal. Before embarking on an acting career, Beaumont had served as a minister, instilling a sense of integrity and wisdom in his character. Despite occasional disagreements with Ward's parenting approach, Beaumont's ability to convey a calm and measured demeanor made him a beloved patriarchal figure on the show. However, behind the scenes, Beaumont's life was not without its challenges. Tragically, his mother-in-law passed away in a car accident while the family was relocating to Los Angeles for filming. Despite this personal tragedy, Beaumont remained a consummate professional, continuing to bring warmth and stability to the Cleaver household on screen, even as he grappled with his own grief and resentment towards the circumstances surrounding the show. Jerry Mathers, the young actor who brought the mischievous yet lovable Beaver Cleaver to life, was a natural choice for the role. During his audition, Mathers simply showed up in his Cub Scout uniform, ready to get the process over with so he could attend his scout meeting. His unassuming honesty and charm won over the producers, who recognized him as the perfect embodiment of the curious and well-intentioned Beaver. After the show's conclusion, Mathers attempted to join the Marines, but was famously turned down due to his celebrity status. Undeterred, he joined the Air Force National Guard instead, showcasing a determination and resilience that mirrored his on-screen character's spirit. Tony Dow, who played the role of the level-headed older brother, Wally Cleaver, faced his own challenges after the show ended. Despite his on-screen success, Dow struggled to find new roles, as audiences continued to associate him solely with his Wally Cleaver persona. However, he persevered and reinvented himself as a successful television director, demonstrating his versatility and adaptability in the entertainment industry. The chemistry between the four lead actors was undeniable, and their performances brought a sense of authenticity to the Cleaver family dynamic. Whether it was Billingsley's nurturing portrayal of June, Beaumont's steady hand as Ward, Mather's endearing mischief as Beaver, or Dow's level-headed approach as Wally, each actor contributed a unique layer to the show's enduring appeal. Beyond their on-screen personas, the cast members' personal lives and experiences added depth and richness to their performances. Billingsley's real-life motherhood, Beaumont's ministerial background, Mather's youthful innocence, and Dow's resilience in the face of typecasting all contributed to the show's lasting resonance with viewers. While Leave It To Beaver may have portrayed an idealized version of family life, the cast members' dedication, talent, and personal journeys grounded the show in a relatable humanity. Their performances, coupled with their off-screen experiences, have cemented their place in television history as beloved icons, forever capturing the hearts and imaginations of generations of viewers. The show's production and its iconic move from black and white to color. Behind the scenes of Leave It To Beaver, the production team faced several pivotal decisions that would shape the show's legacy. From embracing new technology to crafting a memorable finale, these choices were instrumental in solidifying the series as a cultural phenomenon. One of the most significant production decisions revolved around the transition from black and white to color broadcasting. As color television technology gained popularity in the late 1950s, many shows were quick to embrace the new format, aiming to stay modern and visually appealing. However, the producers of Leave It To Beaver took a different approach. After careful deliberation, they made the intentional choice to keep the show in black and white throughout its entire run. This decision was not born out of resistance to change, but rather a calculated move to preserve the show's essence and allocate resources wisely. Color filming was significantly more expensive at the time, requiring costly equipment, specialized lighting, and adjustments to sets and costumes. The producers recognized that investing in color technology could potentially compromise other aspects of production, such as rehearsal time and script quality. Instead, they prioritized maintaining the show's established style and nostalgic charm, believing that investing more in strong storytelling and acting would better serve the audience. This commitment to preserving the show's authentic feel and allocating resources strategically paid off, as Leave It To Beaver retained its classic, timeless appeal even as color programming became the norm. Another pivotal production decision was the choice to give the show a proper finale. In an era when most series simply faded away without a conclusive ending, Leave It To Beaver broke new ground by crafting a thoughtful and emotionally resonant farewell. The final episode, aptly titled Family Scrapbook, took viewers on a nostalgic journey through the Cleaver family's cherished memories. Through a series of flashbacks and heartwarming moments, the show bid an emotional goodbye to its loyal audience, leaving a lasting impression long after the credits rolled. This decision to end the show on its own terms was largely influenced by the desire to accommodate Jerry Mathers, the actor who portrayed Beaver Cleaver. As Mathers prepared to transition away from acting and focus on his education, The producers recognized an opportunity to bring the show to a natural conclusion, mirroring the growth and evolution of the characters themselves. By crafting a purposeful finale, Leave It to Beaver not only honored its audience, but also set a precedent for how television shows could gracefully bid farewell. It marked a significant departure from the abrupt cancellations that were commonplace at the time, cementing the show's status as a trailblazer in the art of storytelling. Another fascinating aspect of the show's production was the selection of its iconic title. Initially, the creators considered naming it Wally and the Beaver, with the intention of focusing on the bond between the Cleaver brothers and their mischievous adventures. However, as the first season unfolded, it became clear that the young and charismatic Jerry Mathers, portraying Beaver Cleaver, had captured the hearts of audiences with his endearing antics and curious nature. Recognizing the character's immense popularity, the producers made the wise decision to rename the show Leave It to Beaver, putting the spotlight squarely on the show's breakout star. This bold move not only reflected the show's evolving dynamics, but also demonstrated the producers' willingness to adapt and cater to the audience's preferences. By embracing the character that resonated most strongly, they ensured that the show's title accurately represented the essence of what had captivated viewers. From how they embraced new technologies to the near-perfect crafting of a memorable finale and selecting the perfect title, the production team behind Leave It to Beaver made countless decisions that shaped the show's enduring legacy. Their commitment to preserving the show's authenticity, storytelling quality, and audience appeal is a testament to their dedication and vision. These production choices not only elevated the show's artistic merit, but also ensured that Leave It to Beaver would stand the test of time, becoming a beloved cultural touchstone for generations to come. In later years, the impact of these decisions would continue to echo through pop culture. Reruns of Leave It to Beaver found renewed popularity on cable networks and streaming platforms, allowing new generations to experience the charm of 1950s suburban life. The show's influence also extended to revivals and spin-offs, including Still the Beaver, which brought back beloved characters and updated their stories for a modern audience. These follow-up efforts, though never reaching the same heights as the original, paid tribute to the show's lasting appeal. Ultimately, Leave It to Beaver remains more than a nostalgic throwback. It's a blueprint for thoughtful television, proving that smart production choices, grounded in sincerity and vision, can resonate across decades. The show's undying popularity and legacy, reruns and reunions. Despite concluding its initial run in 1963, Leave It to Beaver has defied the passage of time and remained a beloved cultural icon. Its enduring popularity can be attributed to a combination of factors, including its timeless themes, relatable characters, and unwavering dedication from its devoted fan base. One of the key contributors to the show's longevity was its successful transition into the world of reruns. In an era before streaming services and on-demand programming, reruns were a lifeline for classic shows, introducing them to new generations of viewers. Leave It to Beaver found a second life on television, captivating audiences who had missed its original broadcast or simply yearned to revisit the Cleaver family's adventures. The show's ability to resonate with viewers across generations was proof of its universal themes and lovable characters. While the series depicted a specific era in American history, the core values it embraced — family, love, friendship, and the joys and challenges of growing up — were timeless and relatable to audiences of all ages and backgrounds. As the show's popularity soared through reruns, a new wave of devoted fans arose, eager to immerse themselves in the world of Mayfield and the Cleaver family. This passionate fan base played a crucial role in keeping the show's legacy alive, forming clubs, conventions, and online communities dedicated to celebrating and preserving its memory. The enduring love for Leave It To Beaver even inspired reunion movies and specials, allowing fans to reunite with their beloved characters and witness their stories continue. The 1983 television movie Still the Beaver and its 1989 sequel, The Beaver Revival, brought the original cast back together, reigniting the nostalgia and affection for the show. These reunion projects not only satisfied the cravings of die-hard fans, but also introduced the series to a new generation of viewers, ensuring its longevity for years to come. The reunions showcased the timeless appeal of the Cleaver family dynamic, proving that their bond and the show's heartwarming humor could transcend the decades. Beyond its entertainment value, Leave It To Beaver has also become a cultural touchstone, serving as a lens through which to examine the societal norms and family dynamics of the 1950s and 1960s. While the show presented an idealized version of suburban life, it also reflected the values and attitudes of its era, providing a fascinating historical perspective for scholars and cultural enthusiasts. The show's impact extended beyond the small screen, as its characters and iconic moments became ingrained in popular culture. References to Leave It To Beaver have appeared in countless other TV shows, movies, and even advertising campaigns, solidifying its status as a cultural phenomenon. Moreover, the show's influence can be seen in the numerous sitcoms and family-centric series that followed in its footsteps, drawing inspiration from its warmth, humor, and relatable storytelling. Leave It To Beaver paved the way for a new era of family-friendly television, establishing a blueprint for how to capture the essence of domestic life in an engaging and endearing manner. As new generations continue to discover the joys of Leave It To Beaver, its legacy only grows stronger. Through reruns, reunion specials, and its indelible imprint on popular culture, the show has transcended its original run and cemented its place as a timeless classic. The fictional town of Mayfield, where the Cleaver family lived. The idyllic town of Mayfield is the fictional setting where the Cleaver family called home. This charming suburban community captures the essence of small-town America, serving as the backdrop for the family's adventures and misadventures. While Mayfield's location was never explicitly stated in the show, its ambiguity was intentional, allowing viewers from across the nation to see their own hometowns reflected in its streets and neighborhoods. This strategic decision by the show's creators ensured that Mayfield felt relatable and familiar to audiences, regardless of their geographic location. Throughout the series, subtle clues and references were sprinkled, hinting at potential locations for Mayfield. In one episode, Wally mentioned his high school band competing in Madison, potentially placing the town in Wisconsin. In another, Beaver's request for a surfboard suggested a coastal California setting. These conflicting details only added to the mystique surrounding Mayfield's whereabouts, fueling speculation and debate among dedicated fans. Despite the uncertainty surrounding its precise location, Mayfield's architecture and overall aesthetic provided a glimpse into the quintessential American suburban town of the 1950s and 1960s. The show's creators took great care in crafting a realistic and inviting environment, using real suburban neighborhoods around Skokie, Illinois, as the backdrop for exterior shots. Mayfield's tree-lined streets, neatly manicured lawns, and cozy single-family homes embodied the idealized vision of suburban living that resonated with audiences during the post-war era. It was a place where children could safely play in the streets. Neighbors greeted each other with friendly waves, and the rhythms of daily life unfolded with a comforting familiarity. Beyond its physical appearance, Mayfield also reflected the values and social norms of the time. The town's residents embodied the traditional family roles and societal expectations of the era, with fathers like Ward Cleaver serving as the breadwinners and mothers like June Cleaver dedicated to maintaining the household. While this depiction may have been idealized, it struck a chord with viewers who saw glimpses of their own communities and experiences reflected in Mayfield's fabric. The town's familiarity and relatability played a crucial role in the show's widespread appeal, allowing audiences to immerse themselves fully in the Cleaver family's world. As the series progressed, Mayfield became more than just a setting. It took on a life of its own, becoming a character in its own right. The town's quirky residents, local hangouts, and community events all contributed to its richness, making it feel like a real, lived-in place. Perhaps most importantly, Mayfield represented a sense of belonging and community. Within its boundaries, the Cleaver family found a safe haven where they could navigate the joys and challenges of family life, surrounded by neighbors and friends who shared their values and experiences. Anecdotes and interesting facts related to specific episodes or scenes. While Leave It To Beaver is remembered for its heartwarming depiction of family life, the show also left an indelible mark with its daring and groundbreaking moments that pushed the boundaries of what was considered acceptable on television at the time. One such instance occurred in the second episode of the series, aptly titled Captain Jack. In this episode, the mischievous Beaver and his older brother Wally find themselves in a predicament after ordering a live alligator through the mail. As they scramble to find a suitable hiding spot for their unusual pet, they make the bold decision to stash it in an unexpected place: the toilet tank. While this scenario may seem innocent by today's standards, it was a daring move in the late 1950s when depicting a toilet on television was considered taboo and highly inappropriate. The scene sparked intense debate among network executives at CBS, who were initially hesitant to air such a controversial moment. However, the show's producers remained steadfast in their belief that the toilet tank was the most logical hiding spot for the alligator, given the circumstances. After much back and forth, a compromise was reached. The episode could air, but only the tank itself would be shown, carefully avoiding any depiction of the toilet bowl. This groundbreaking moment not only pushed the boundaries of what was acceptable on television, but also paved the way for more realistic and relatable storytelling. By acknowledging the existence of everyday household fixtures like toilets, Leave It To Beaver helped to normalize the portrayal of domestic life on the small screen. Another intriguing anecdote revolves around the show's decision to depict the Cleaver family in a realistic and relatable manner. To achieve this, the writers drew inspiration from their own childhood experiences as well as those of their friends and families. For instance, the episode Beaver's Prize was inspired by a real-life incident involving one of the writer's sons. In the episode, Beaver wins a live baby alligator at a fair, mirroring an actual event where the writer's son had brought home an unexpected reptilian companion. This willingness to incorporate personal anecdotes and real-life scenarios into the show's storylines added an authentic touch that resonated with viewers. It allowed them to see their own experiences reflected on screen, further solidifying the show's relatability and enduring popularity. Beyond these specific anecdotes, Leave It To Beaver is also notable for its portrayal of gender roles and societal norms of the era. While the show depicted a traditional family dynamic with June Cleaver as the homemaker and Ward Cleaver as the breadwinner, it also subtly challenged certain stereotypes. For instance, in one episode, Beaver expresses his desire to become a doctor or a lawyer, prompting June to remind him that girls can now pursue such ambitious careers as well. This small moment acknowledged the changing societal landscape and the increasing opportunities for women, even within the confines of a traditional family sitcom. These anecdotes and interesting facts not only add depth and richness to the show's legacy, but also serve as a reminder of its cultural significance. Leave It to Beaver was more than just a light-hearted family comedy. It was a reflection of its time, capturing the hopes, dreams, and evolving societal norms of post-war America. Through its daring moments, relatable storylines, and subtle challenges to traditional gender roles, the show left an indelible mark on television history, paving the way for more authentic and thought-provoking storytelling in the years to come. Thanks for watching. Check out another interesting video by clicking on the link appearing on your screen right now. See you on the other side.